watching GearWire.com.
We're here at Summer NAMM 2006 in Austin, Texas, and I'm sitting with the founder of Electro-Harmonix, Mike Matthews. How you doing, Mike?
Great.
Having a good show?
Just got in, but it looks like we're doing great.
Great, and we're sitting in a sea of pedals, which I guess you've just seen on the previous video. Electro-Harmonix stuff. Good stuff. I'm holding a printout of a New York Times story about Mike's factory in Russia that makes tubes that you guys all love in your guitar amps and pedals and everything else. And so what's going on with the factory, Mike? Seems to be some problems there.
Well, back the tube factory used to be part of a big electronics conglomerate years ago called Reflector.
Okay.
And when the Soviet Union fell apart and the central government collapsed, all these military factories were looking to survive. So they usually what they did is they would divide up into different pieces. And the tube factory was spun off from the rest of the electronics factory. Then they borrowed money.
Okay.
They couldn't repay the loan, and I was their biggest customer, and either the tube factory would close or it would be sold to a competitor, so I had to buy it.
Okay.
But that was back about 8 years ago.
Okay.
Okay. Then about 2 years ago, another group, a Russian group of companies, bought the rest of Reflector. And then they had eyes, they wanted our building just for the real estate. And so they started trying to force us out.
Okay, so it had nothing to do with tubes. They didn't want to get into the tube
they weren't
business?
interested in the business. They just wanted the complete real estate.
Yeah, okay.
And we said, sorry, we got a vibrant business. We're not selling. So things got a little bit rough, but now we've got things under control. In fact, just recently, just 3 days ago, we got a letter from the Putin administration saying that they've received our complaints. They've looked into this situation. They're going to monitor it continuously, and the factories are very important for the Russian economy. And I could be rest assured that there's going to be no more obstructions.
Okay.
So,
what sort of tactics did you encounter with the company that was trying to buy the factory? I understand it wasn't all too.
They turned off the electricity. They shut off the elevators where we removed the toxic waste. They scared, intimidated the workers. But we got a tough crew. We're right on the Volga River.
Okay.
These are Russians. Stalingrad is on the Volga River. If you remember or know history, the Battle of Stalingrad was the turning point of World War II. Over 1 million Russians died in that battle.
So they've seen a few things.
Yeah, they've seen a few things. And like our workers, from the blood of the million that soaked the Volga River, that gave us spirit to fight, and we wouldn't take any crap from these guys. And a publicity like the New York Times,
right.
the NBC did a fabulous video of the whole thing. It got them on the run. And now with Putin joining us, we're moving ahead. I mean, even though we virtually won, I'm not stopping now.
Yeah.
We see that there's a very unorthodox alliance now between the world power of rock and roll and the Putin central government. And so we want our victory to be the catalyst so that this unusual alliance will start a momentum for all of Russia to get rid of all the corruption.
Okay.
So that's the game that we're in.
That's great. So your wider goal now is to kind of help transform Russia to make a better, more level playing field sort of place. So companies like your
but it's not so much in terms of altruistic. I think it's more like I'm still angry, and it's fun. It's like rock and roll to me. Like it's like I just want the battle to go on.
So you suspect the original problems kind of came when the investors, some sort of arrangement with local officials to kind of shut off the power and that sort of thing? Is that?
Oh well, they definitely. That's,
okay. So it's that small scale kind of.
Small scale, large scale corruption. That's like been the modus operandi. But we don't. I don't give in to racketeers.
Yeah. Okay. So for your average guitarist out there that loves the tube sound, which I'm a big fan of, that they can rest assured for now that they'll be continuing to get their tubes.
Yeah, we'll continue to make good tubes and design new tubes and better tubes and rock and roll. Will go on.
Is there innovation happening there? Or do you kind of? Is there like an R&D department? Are you getting into?
Well, we have an R&D department up in St. Petersburg, a different city, where we develop all the new tubes. I mean, right now, what's hot now is our new tongue saw line of tubes. We acquired that trademark, and we just came out with a 6SL7 tongue saw. Almost all the amps use 12AX7 preamp tubes,
right.
And most of the manufacturers buy them from us. But some of those great sounding Ampeg, those small amps back from the late 50s, early 60s, they use 6SL7 and 6SN7 preamp tubes, those big tubes.
Okay.
They have much more open and airy tone to them.
Is it like a lower gain ratio with those?
There's a lower gain ratio, but the size of the plates is much bigger. You have more room, more dynamics, and you can really feel that when you're playing.
Okay. So, but by no means is tubes kind of dying or on the way out to technology. You think there's a lot of room there for innovation and for getting new sounds?
There's room for innovation, but I mean, really, it is an old industry. There's only 3 main companies in the world making tubes, and we're the biggest, and we're still a small company. So, I don't know. I can't say what's going to happen to tubes in 10 years.
Yeah. What proportion of the global market do you think you've got in terms of the supply for tubes?
I think that we're about 60% of the whole global market.
So had this factory had they managed to prevail over you, it would have been a pretty significant blow to the world of music as far as guitar amps go and all that sort of stuff. Yeah,
and we're the only factory really that's come out with a lot of new tubes over the last 5 years.
Right, okay, great. Well, great. Thanks, Mike, for explaining the backstory of this very interesting tale, and good luck to you in your future endeavors and cleaning up the business climate.
Okay, rock and roll.
Right on.